The information that Amnesty International has obtained reveals a horrific pattern of unlawful killings across the country. According to credible reports that we have received, in less than 3 days since last Friday, at least 106 protesters have been killed in 21 cities across the country. We believe that the real number may be much higher, given that there is now a total or a near total block on access to the internet, and many are not able to communicate information about the loss of their loved ones. We have also obtained eyewitness accounts and corroborated video footage that came from inside Iran, which shows security forces are using live ammunition and tear gas and water cannons to violently disperse protesters. There are also eyewitness testimonies corroborated by video footage that snipers are shooting into crowds of people from rooftops, and in at least one case from a helicopter. So all in all, a very severe and bloody crackdown on people who are coming to the streets or taking into the streets to express their political and economic grievances. The Iranian authorities have a history of using excessive and lethal force against those who peacefully exercise their right to freedom of expression and peaceful assembly. However, it seems that this time they are even escalating the crackdown because they do not want these protests to grow, and in their attempt to succeed with this crackdown, they have imposed a near total block on access to the internet in order to restrict the flow of information about the crackdown to the outside world, and also to prevent people from mobilizing and sharing images and pictures of the protests across the social media. We have ascertained the reliability and credibility of the reports that we have received. We yet do not have access to the family members of those killed inside the country. However, we have interviewed activists inside the country, as well as human rights defenders and journalists outside the country who have contacts in Iran, and we have questioned them on their methodology. And we are confident that the number that we have reported is a minimum reliable figure, and the number of deaths is likely much higher. And there are some reports that the deaths may be as high as 200. These protests have attracted different sectors of the society. However, the working class and the people who are struggling with Iran's severe economic situation are very present. The protests are triggered by economic grievances. However, according to the footage that we have seen from different cities across the country, many people are also chanting anti-establishment slogans. They are calling for a radical overhaul of the political system. They are expressing grievances against political authoritarianism and corruption. And there are also scenes of people burning the posters of Iran's current supreme leader and former supreme leader Ruhollah Khomeini. The protests, given the situation in Iran, are bound to continue. These crackdowns cannot stop the grievances that people have, and instead of giving the security forces the green light to commit further bloodshed, the Iranian authorities must create a space where people can peacefully exercise their right to freedom of expression and peaceful assembly.